Welcome everybody to today's stream. I'm back from the Christmas break. And let's play some PvP. I mean, there's nothing better to do on the last day of the year, I guess, than to finish the year with some very sweet PvP. As always, if you have any questions or feedback, please let me know. I hope you had a nice day so far. Just finished work. And I have some nice videos planned for the future. And I hope today we get some footage for them as well. Let's see. I don't know how many people are currently queuing. It was rather fast queue pop. Hopefully that means a good match. I would really like to have some close matches. They are way better than having a stomp in one way or another. I will not swap around too much of the classes today. Sometimes, if we have, like now, we have probably 2 side noders. I will not go and play side node. I could go for a Willbender here, but we probably have already 2. Yeah, this is a Hammer Core Guardian. So we have already 2 DPS. And I think going for some Condi pressure might be worthwhile, even though this map is really big. So here it's really good to have a fast build, so you can go for the sword buff and the shield buff, or the other way around. And Necromancer is not really good at that, but I think I can really well pressure all of them. Willbender is not that good against 2 Condi Heralds in the Condi mech, so I think it's a good pick here. Normally I would say Condi Reaper is not the best spot right now. It's still a good build, but it's with all the double support teams and really tanky heralds around, and even Willbenders can easily one-shot you. So it feels a little bit, yeah, just not perfect. But in this match, I think it's a really good pick. Our Willbender now swapped in the last seconds. Let's see if it's worth, because oftentimes I fear. I'm not sure if it's worth. Mesmer. Okay, Mesmer is a good as well. Might be a support. No, it's a weird. Okay, that's a weird pick then. Willbender was probably the better option here, but okay. Depends a bit on, of course, always if they are more comfortable on something, it's way better to go for a class that is might be a weird pick in that sense. If it's a power roaming word, it's okay, but if it's a Condi word, it's not making any sense. Okay, they instantly got one down here. That's a bad sign. We are against 4 people, 5 people. I will answer your question when there's a. Okay, who is this? Digital. Okay. Ioni. So it's probably a tough match here at this point. I guess I played it quite well. Because we killed them. So it looks good. So, do you think dire weapons work in the Condi Sobeys roaming build? For sure, they work for sure. I would say it's definitely not the best option in the sense that you really want to have some really nice boon duration, but if you can't get those, dire is definitely a really good pick as well. Our warrior dies here, so if we can't get the kill here, which we will probably not get, this guy will... Yeah, it's tough. I'm not sure how I could play that better. As soon as he went into vengeance, it's probably lost. So there are 3 people now coming here. I go to a no port spot so they can't port on me and I can maybe damage them a little bit. Have to be careful to not get speared. I think I will focus on this guy, just so that our warrior gets some value. Is Celestial or Power Cutter better in World vs. World? So I would say it depends a bit on what you want to achieve. If you want to survive, Celestial is better. But I would say damage-wise, Power Cutter might be the better option. It's a little bit, I would say, depends a bit on the setup. So if you really want to be outnumbered and really kill people in outnumbered, then Celestial might be the option. But if you just want to win 101s, I think it's better to go for power because the burst is better. But I think it's... both are totally valid. I think it's just play style and situation dependent for sure. Yeah, I think the roaming soul beast build is also really fun. I think it does not really... the stats are not that important. I think the traits are the things that carry it. So if you have fun with the traits, then you can run most gear that has some condi damage on it. Yeah, I think this is a really tough match. We are playing against one of the monthly AT winners and we don't have any good players in my team. That's a really tough one. And now we are getting outnumbered by the... it's a power, so it's really in a better spot here, but they have sword buff 2 power. It's no chance that we can win this. I don't even know why my team lost 1 player here. I mean, I could have played this way better, but in these situations they should win the map. I have 3 people here, but okay. So I think in this situation, if I had known that they are power heralds, I would have definitely been better off going for Willbender because I just get focused all the time by those guys and they have way more mobility than. I will go for the stomp. No, I will not go for the stomp. A little bit unlucky here. We will probably not get the res here. You've lost life. Yeah, this match is over, sadly.
Artifacts are accruing power. You've lost the field.
Yeah. I would say when it comes to the Condi Soul Beast build, I would say staying longer is probably the safer bet. Most of the time, because you have the trait that you can swap the how's it called, the pets. In the stance, so I would say the only reason you would go out is to use the pet skill in the pet form. and therefore in most situations.
Red team has obtained an artifact.
Yeah, there are always 2 people on me. I think it's just me at this point. Oh no, there are 3 people there. Yeah, so I would say actually 80% or so, even higher. I would say stay in the Soul Beast merge form, and only maybe 10%, 15% I would leave the form. Because I think there is not much value you get from leaving it most of the time. I see actually no point getting back in this match, but we can try, we can try.
You've lost dragon.
Of course he hit the spear. In the 1 second I'm jumping. Ah, that was so unlucky. There are actually a lot of relics that you can play, but I think the best relic that you can run on this particular Boon Beast build is the Relic of Rivers, just because you have no access to Alacrity otherwise, and by getting access to Alacrity you will increase your damage and your defensive by so much. I think it's the best relic. There are of course other options, but in the end I would say it's not something that you should consider, in my opinion, because it's Relic of Rivers in World vs. World is not nerfed, so you have so high uptime of Alacrity. I think it's the best option.
The Colosseum's artifacts are accruing power. The artifacts have reached maximum power. Blue team has obtained an artifact.
Yeah, I think the original Boom Beast, that was a really fun build. I think that was one of my favorite builds to play because it was so broken. It was so broken, for sure. Yeah, so the Rivers Relic is only nerfed in in PvP. In World vs. World, it's completely untouched. So the Alacrity and the region is the highest you can get, you ever got, especially with Boon Duration. When you dodge in combat, you will always get the Alacrity and region proc, always. So if you, as a Soul Beast, you have some ways of getting more region or energy recharge. So whenever you dodge, you get it. And therefore you can stack it really high. Yeah, for sure. I think in PvP the Rivers Relic is where it should be. It should not be used on every build, and therefore it has to get nerfed for sure. When it comes to which builds can still use it, I would say builds that make use out of the region. One example would be Elementalist, because you can cleanse conditions whenever you dodge then, because you have the trait that you can cleanse a condition when you get regen. So every time you dodge, you get regen and cleanse a condition. And then you have the bonus of giving Alacrity. But in a lot of other cases, you just take it for the Alacrity and then it's not that good anymore. Yeah, I think it was interesting that they didn't touch it in World vs. World, because I think it's one of the best relics that you could run in World vs. World. But, and that's the interesting part, but it's not that crazy broken when it comes to the other stats that you could go. For example, Celestial is also really strong in World vs. World, and if we had Celestial in PvP, everyone would run Celestial. So I think it's just in World vs. World there is the playground, and everyone can use whatever they want. They don't really touch that much stuff there. But in PvP, it was just, you tell me one build where it wasn't worth to run a 2-second alacrity on dodge. So.
The match starts soon.
Look at this. So pretty. Swirling gust. Next.
So now I'm playing Hammer Catalyst. We have a really weird team comp, but I guess it is what it is.
Shifting sands.
Interesting, really interesting. I think that's a good matchup for me. Let's see. Depends a bit on how well they play, how much burst damage they have. Yeah, sure, go for every single question is allowed in this chat.
You've taken the mine.
Okay, so I got it. But my whole team died mid, I guess. I will answer the question, of course, when I have time. Because currently I have to concentrate, because my team is apparently feeding on the whole map. Everyone died. Okay, 3 people here. So I think Ranger has always had the problem that there are so many buttons to press, especially when it comes to Untamed, but all Ranger specs actually have that problem. So I agree. I would say it's just you have to get used to it. As soon as you find keybinds and settings that you can make work, I think it's fine. But I agree, if you come from another class where you don't have that many F buttons, it's definitely something that you have to learn first. Okay, my teammate got the rally here, so I was actually trying to kite them away. Very nice. So, for all game modes, I would say Mesmer is currently the best pick that you can get. Elementalist is a close second, actually, so you have a quite nice decision to make, but I would say Mesmer is in such a good spot. So in PvP you can play Mirage, you can play Virtuoso, you can play Chrono, all of them are extremely good. In World vs. World, Chrono is always a good pick, and Virtuoso is actually quite good as well. For PvE, all the classes except Mirage and Mesmer are so busted. For example, Chronomancer is the best support right now, almost. You can take a look at my tier lists on YouTube, but it's actually insane how many good builds Mesmer currently has. So it's definitely something that I want to mention here. But you, of course, go for what you like. It's always the best tip I can give you, because all of the classes can be played at the highest level, you know, in every single game mode. The enemy team is really weird. They never fight on points. That we win this match even though my team is always dying.
Svanier's return.
So I have to concentrate here for a bit.
I'm okay.
Sad. Almost a 1v2 here. Happy New Year,
Oh,
DB.
thank you.
Welcome. You already are in the New Year. Yeah, we are still waiting here in Germany. Thanks for supporting. Yeah, I think Mesmer is the best pick right now, just because it's quite easy and it's really, really strong. Yes, Boyce is cracked on almost anything he plays, so yes, I think it's a good pick for everything that you see on Boyce's stream. I would say it's more like he's good, not the build that he's playing. Yeah, I think it's lost again. Yeah, I think Ranger works quite well in all game modes. I think Soul Beast is probably... I think Soul Beast is rather easy in comparison to Untamed. So I would say if you have go for a new build, new class, I would say Ranger, Soul Beast is a good choice. Better than Untamed for sure. Maybe Druid as well, depends on the game mode you're playing. You see, so in this 101 I actually win really, really hard. This one.
You've taken the mine. They took the henge.
I don't know where my team is.
Ready, willing, and able.
Svanier's return.
Yeah, okay, no shot at this. So, I think PvP is always hard to get into. I think that's something I have to admit, because it's just by design. There are so many skills, so many new things to learn if you come from another game mode. But in the end, I would say classes that have a really clearly defined role, you know? So if you are a duelist, you always push into a 101. That makes the build rather easy to learn, because you know what to focus on, you know? There are classes, for example, like hybrid heralds or something that are way harder to learn in the sense because they have a build that is not extremely hard, but also not that easy, but they can fill multiple roles. So you always have to know where to go to make use out of your current situation. If you are a side noding build, for example, a Spellbreaker, you always want to push in a 1-on-1 because you will probably win it if you are better than the other person. So in my opinion, it's really important that you are just playing what you like and understand what role you are filling and then go from there. I would say the duelist role is probably rather easy to learn because it's just you have to focus on killing another player in a 1-on-1. If you, for example, play a Willbender or a Thief, the role is a little bit harder. But for example, a Willbender is just busted in, so to say, in most situations because they have so much damage. If you just face roll over your keyboard, you will do damage, but you have to survive. So you have to learn to survive. I think it's always important to just consider which type of player you are. So if you are support main, I would go for Tempest. If you are roaming enjoyer, so if you want to gank people, then Willbender is the best option. And if you want to go for a duelist, I would say, I don't know, maybe Hammer or some kind of elementalist. So either Hammer Catalyst, Dagger Catalyst, Tempest. Those are the options. Yeah, I think you just have to accept that you will probably lose at some point in PvP, and you just have to learn and make the best out of it. That's my tip there. And it's definitely right what Nivi says, that the SPvP population is just really low. So even if you are starting out in PvP, you might face boys in the enemy team. So just accept it, have fun, and try to get better. You know, don't expect to win matches that, you know, I go into PvP and I queue up and I don't even care if I win or lose. You know, I couldn't tell you how many losses I had today because I just focus on the gameplay. I try to get better, try to explain stuff, and I think that's an important mindset you should have because the population is way too low to support a really competitive environment. So you should just think about how can I improve my gameplay and not care about if the match is a loss or a win, at least in my opinion.
The match starts soon.
Fast as the wind.
So I didn't even look at the comps here. I think I should have gone for support here. This map is really good if you have a support. How many people are coming here? So now that's an important thing to see as a new player. If you see that you're outnumbered, don't hold the point. Don't go for the point. You know, it's important to understand that if you survive for long enough, your team gets value on the other side of the map.
You've seized the head.
Now I can push back in, and I probably... Okay, this guy comes back again. Yeah, nice 1v2 here.
The keep's been lost.
And I even hold the point. That's actually insane.
Spawniers return.
Potentialist is really good on this build. Yeah, sure. I always like to give advice. So if you have any questions, please let me know. And always, also, if you have any feedback, constructive criticism is always nice as well. So if you see something that I should improve, stream related or gameplay related, it's always important to me as well. You know, I have a lot of hours in Guild Wars 2. That doesn't mean I understand everything in the game perfectly. So I'm always happy to learn something new.
The keep is yours. They took the hedge.
Fades away.
I want to push in the enemy node here, but I have to be careful that my teammate is not dying here. Which could easily happen against the power Mesmer. Hard overcommitting here to the point in front of the enemy spawn, so we have to be really careful because we lost the whole map by doing that. So there are 3 people here.
You've seized the henge.
So I want to get this point here because my teammate is fighting on the point, the enemy point, so it's a really bad position to be in. So I want to outnumber this guy and either get the kill or at least get the decap. Now we have a 2v2, that's not a good thing to have, but
The keep is yours.
okay, we got the kills really fast here, that's good. And we are still 50 points ahead.
They took the henge.
Yeah, exactly. So it's just the population is so low that the matchmaking is struggling to get even one match going at a time. So
Taking the mine.
you should not think about the rating. You know, try to get better, and
Return.
that's just the only thing that you should do at this point. And have fun, of course. That's the most important thing. So, I don't know, our ranger is 101ing on the enemy far node, which is kept, so I don't really want to go
The
there.
chieftain has returned.
Okay, this guy blinked after. Okay. You should always use blink as a stun break and not use blink after your stun was over, because then you waste your stun break in that sense. Another kill. Interesting, interesting. Our ranger's pushing far again, I don't know. Okay, he's instantly dead, so that's not good. So you see that the turn potential, I will kill the windbelmer here in a second. Okay, he's too fast. I got the point anyway. This build is the Willbender killer. So you get outnumbered. You are in a 1v2 because an enemy Willbender outnumbers you. The Willbender dies if you play it correctly. Because this build has so much
You've
AoE
seized
pressure.
the henge.
A Willbender engages on you, and if you play it correctly, you win this every single time. So now I will stay here, just because I know there are at least one person, maybe 2 people on respawn, depending on where they go.
Attack!
Yeah, the damage this build, you really underestimate how much damage this build has. You see, I'm against 3 people here. Okay, for sure I die. I'm an elementalist. But a Willbender engages on you. You block once and then you deal your damage. A Willbender's dead. And it's so nice because people always say in my chat, oh, Willbender is broken. Everybody can play Willbender. Yes, it might be true. It's a quite easy spec to play, to get into. But if you face an opponent that knows how to deal with it, like this build, they are dead. They are just dead, you know. That's the important part. You can easily kill them, even in outnumbered situations. And that's what I always want to make clear, and that's why I showcase it here in stream right now.
Your team is victorious.
And it's, I have to be honest, it's also really fun. It's a really fun build, this hammer build.
Look at this. So pretty.
So, is it better than Dagger Catalyst? I think it has different, not styles, but different goals. So I would say this build has more damage potential, just because your damage is more, you have more damage skills that are more AoE. On a Dagger build, I think the only damaging skill that you have is your burning speed, so your fire 3 on Dagger. And if people can reliably dodge that or avoid it, or you get CC'd or whatever, you can't use it. If you, however, play this build, you have a lot of passive CC with the orb damage around you, and you have a lot of AoE damage on not only one skill but multiple ones. The downside on this build is that your mobility is lower, for sure, and your just overall sustain might be a little bit lower. If you play it correctly, it can feel the same, but I would say it's harder to pull off in this build. So I would say this build might be better for ranked if you want to kill enemies, if you want to survive in an outnumbered situation, for example, and just troll the enemies. Dagger is better. I think both of them are totally valid. However, one thing that you have to take into account is if you face the mirror matchup, so if you face another catalyst, the hammer build will win because it has more damage. You will not win on a dagger build because the dagger build is just simply not having enough momentum to consistently pressure the hammer build. At least if you're on the same level. So that's my take on it. I like both of them. I just want to showcase this build because I did a video previously about the dagger one. And I did not about the Kata with the hammer build right now. So I'm going for this. You have a really weird comp. But what do I expect in ranked, you know? I mean, the enemy have a renegade. I don't know what to expect from a renegade either. So let's see how it goes. I want to go for close. Maybe someone crosses. Probably not. They don't have that many side noding. It's probably only the ally if they are playing, not support.
Your enemy sees the altar.
Okay, so we got the point. We got mid, but we got a death, but they rest them. Okay, I'm playing against the Mirage, which is interesting. Now I'm against the Elite and the Sad. They had too many Condis to cleanse. That's another thing that this build has a bit of a struggle with. So your Condi cleanses are more spread out. You can't really deal with 10 Condis at once, which is a little bit of a problem if you face a Condi heavy comp. I did not know that this is a Condi Mirage, of course, that made it a little bit different how I should have played it. Now I know, I think I should deal way better with it. Confusion is also killing this build, but it's always a dagger. Dagger has the same problem. So I really would like to push far all the time, but I guess no one else is going for close, so this should have priority. Let's see. Both Catalyst builds are actually really, really good if you have Tempest support. Makes sense. Your synergy with auras is extremely huge, and if you get more auras with a Tempest support, this build shines even more.
Your enemy sees the altar. Your enemy has the gate.
Okay.
Your enemy has the temple now.
I don't even know why my team loses the whole map. Maybe I should not push far, I guess. It's hard. It's really hard. Sometimes you have to push far to get outnumbered situations, and sometimes to push far and your team loses the team fight. I think it's... Sometimes the decision is wrong either way.
Your enemy sees the altar.
Well, I guess I will try to get some decaps here, because we are... It looks like we are winning now, we are losing. Maybe we are winning. This build doesn't really want to be in a team fight, that's the problem. You get killed so easily, you don't have any really good denial except from your block. Yeah, the problem is now they are spawn camping us and our team is just running in. I mean, I try my best to play this and win, but it looks dire.
Your enemy has
And now
the
they
gate.
get the decap here as well again. My whole team is coming here and there's not even a fight. I don't really know.
Your enemy sees the altar. You control the gate. Your enemy has the temple now.
I think we should have this kill. I will try to help them clear the 2v2 here, just in case, because they have a respawn. And a respawn is always bad if my team doesn't clear it in time. Probably the wrong decision because they already won.
You captured the altar.
But you never know in this situation.
Tranquility has appeared.
I think no one is bottom. I hope, because maybe I can never mind. No, there are 2 people here. That's bad. Hopefully they don't realize that there are 2, because then someone can go down. I have to contest one of the boss. I think they saw it.
Seize the altar.
It's a problem. Yeah, it's
The
hard.
enemy has all 3 points. Get them back.
That's a tough one. Yeah, I think I did some mistakes in the rotation here, but I also have to admit my team is actually letting me down wherever I go, so it does not really matter that much, I think.
You control the gate.
So I got a kill here in a 1v3. Yeah, that's this build, you know, that's just this build in a nutshell.
Your enemy has the temple now.
You can kill people when they are not supposed to die, you know. Even in a 1v3, one of the 3 people should not die. So, yeah, but this build can do it. But you see, it doesn't matter. My team is probably losing on the other side of the map, a 3v1 as well. There are 2 people here. We have to go for 3 nodes here, otherwise we will lose in the long run.
Your enemy has the temple now.
I have to get the decap here for sure. Okay, I got it. But they got the kill here. Now I'm the next target.
Stillness has appeared.
It's really hard. It's actually really hard. I got another kill in a 1v2 here. But it's not enough, you know. Matches like this, you have to win the 1v2 consistently. Otherwise, your team will not make it work. I think even if I won all the 1v2s here, I think it was lost. You know, sometimes as a side note, you feel really frustrated because you can't win the match. Thanks for the follow, Beanie Hunter. Really appreciate it. I tried my best. That's the most important part here. I think I did a lot of mistakes in the rotational part. My mechanical gameplay was quite okay. But you can see the potential of this build, you know. You win 1v2s with this build in ranked. And what else do you want, you know? Yeah, thanks, Brief. I try my best, but sometimes it's just too hard. I think I have the feeling if I play and stream, I try to be really positive, but sometimes you lose hope in humanity, you know. That's just when you play Guild Wars 2 ranked. It just happens at some point. Yeah, but I really like this build, so that's why I play it right now. Yeah, it's really slow. If you play Dagger, it's better, but this build is really, really slow. Willbender is way better, for example, because it's so fast-paced and you can also kill people in 1v2s. Or I think actually all roamers, Mirage, Hybrid, Spear, Revenant, all of those builds are really good when it comes to killing people in ranked and leaving fast. This build just sits on a node, and if no one comes there, you have to go to them, but the fight is over until you arrive. So yeah, I wanted to showcase it because a lot of people say, oh, Willbender is so broken. But I just demonstrated that you can, with this build, you can actually 1v2 Willbenders. You know. Yeah, you saw it in the monthly AT when Drassi played it. He destroyed on the side node because it's, I think, probably one of the best side noding builds right now, especially if you have a Tempest support. But yeah, Drassi is Drassi, yeah, that's right, I know. Just saying, you know. I think this build has more damage potential than the dagger build, and that's why I like it, at least in ranked, way more. Because if you play a side noding build that is just really tanky, I think you are trolling if you want to carry your match, because tanky side noding builds are just boring and you can't really win. I think dagger. I think it depends. I think it depends. I think it depends if the burning speed lands consistently and if your fire burst on Hammer Cutter lands. I think both builds have the potential to win. I'm not completely sure. I never fought someone of my skill level. You know, it's really hard nowadays to find someone that is perfectly matched with you and you can consistently test it. Yeah, dagger has way more sustain, way more. I think Hammer is just AoE scenarios are dagger is a little bit less damage. So Rune, I run Rune of the Scrapper just because vitality, toughness, and power, it's a perfect mix. I think the buffs to dagger made it actually the superior weapon set, and also in conjunction with the traits when it comes to where is it? This trait you can also run in dagger situation. This one, Diamond Skin. This is such a good buff, and did make dagger really good if you want to go for Earth as well. But there are so many options because you can go for the relic as well on the dagger build, which does exactly the same. So I would say Kata is in a really good spot, or Elementalist in general when it comes to PvP. I really like it. Yeah, maybe Dolyak is better. I think it depends. I like Dolyak, but then my damage is a little bit lower. I think both are totally fine. Yeah, maybe Dolyak is better. You're right. And the toughness is probably more worthwhile, at least in ranked. Yeah, you're running Fire and Arcane. Classic traits, nothing too crazy. Really, that works? Nice. Nah, I joke. I don't know. I think this build is just way more fun. That's why I think it's I play it right now. So this is the build. I think the damage potential with Fire Trade Line is always crazy. Yeah. Let's see what we get. Maybe next match we have to do something else. Yes, I'm playing on EU. Maybe we can play some... I don't know. I just want to play some variety here on stream. I really enjoy Condi Reaper, but it's so bad now. It feels so bad to play. You get one shot by every single build. Yeah, sure. Now I just got the match. We can do it after if you're still around. Yeah, I feel like, and the problem with Condi Reaper is, especially if you face a good support in the enemy team, the supports are just outclassing nowadays the Condi pressure you can apply. For example, if you face a good Chronomancer or a good Tempest, it's really hard to out-condi them. Yeah. I just feel like if I consistently say this match is a Condi Reaper match, I oftentimes just get trolled by my team because they leave me in 101s. I try to win the team fight and suddenly 2 Willbenders jump on me. It feels really, really, yeah, just not satisfying to play. Yeah, I think Tempest is worse against Condi Reaper, but it's still with the buffs to all the, for example, stability as well. Sometimes it feels really bad. You can't use your elite at all. I think Condi Reaper was in a way better spot 1 year ago, maybe. But it's just how it is, I guess. So let's see, what do we have here? You have no side note. It's a staff support Tempest. 2 Reapers. Let's see. Oh no, why would you swap to Scourge? Please, no. Oh, he's trolling. Hammer, Greatsword, Scourge. Oh no, that's gonna... Oh no. That's gonna be horrible. So, I guess if someone is capping close, I will push far, otherwise I will cap close. Oh no. That's gonna be a hard match. You know, if you have a Scourge or a Mechanist in your team, it's gonna be a hard match. It's just how it is.
You've lost Lion. You've captured Dragon.
Okay. I guess I push in a team fight just because I really fear that my team is not winning it. Okay, never mind, they won. I guess I push far now, even though it's really risky, because if I push far and get 4-man respawn into me, I might not be able to survive. Let's see. Sometimes in ranked people are really weird and only one person pushes in me and all the others go mid for no reason.
You've captured the field.
Or I guess no one goes here.
You've captured Lion.
I got this guy. Very nice. I couldn't deny the rest here because I was focusing on the other guy here. Yeah, Doria Gyun is working. Definitely. Good tip here by Bree. Thanks. Yeah, I think this match is over. It was just classical ranked, you know. Just one fight and then it's over.
The Colosseum's artifacts are accruing power. You've captured Lion.
Yeah, Earth Shield is actually fine as well. I often feel like the meta is quite burst heavy, and I feel like having only one stun break makes you a prime target, you know, because the block is really, really good. And if you swap, for example, this out for Earth Shield, in the time that you cast the Earth Shield, I often die. So I feel like, okay, maybe not go for Earth Shield then. But I think it's a valid pick as well. I think that's one of yeah, one of those 4 utilities is the only one that I would not take, but it's preference, I would say.
Red team has obtained an
I think Earth Shield, especially after the nerfs to the cooldowns on it, is not as good as it was. Especially if you're a side loader. You don't get that much value from the second one. If you are support Tempest, it's something different. And you are in the teamfight all the time. I think if you're playing a fast-paced meta, like currently, in ranked at least, I really like a second stun break. I think if you know you face a build with only one stun break, for example a Scrapper, you just bait the stun break and then it's an insta-kill. This one is really good. They buffed it so much. It's so good when it comes to just passive sustain as well, you know. All the dodges give you more procs of your blast finishers and your healing. So all of your evasive arcane traits proc more often. It's a really good combo. Okay, so Bree, if you're still here, we can offer duel now. I don't know what you will play. Some Condi Elementalist. I will try this one then. Because I think this one struggles against some nice Condi damage, so I really want to learn how to deal with it. Yes, that's true. But I feel like Arcane Shield is more of a ranged pick. I really like to have the dodge and the super speed, because if the super speed is, you really underestimate how good this is on a melee build that is quite slow otherwise. I think the super speed really helps, and you will lose when you go for Arcane Shield.
Your team is victorious.
Look at this. So pretty.
So Pri, if you want to invite me or whatever, how would you? Oh, I have no arena. But we can also go in Heart of the Mist. It depends how many people are there. Or just use a hot join. It's fine as well. Okay, let's see. So my Condi cleanses on this build are quite limited. You have the healing skill, you have the water dodge, and you have your water 5. And of course all your auras apply one Condi cleanse. So, but this is a little bit, you know, if I face a lot of condition pressure, especially for example a Condi Reaper that focuses me, I will have big problems. And I really like to train against some really skilled people in 101s. It's often there you are. Okay, I guess go. It's a really fun build.
Spawniers return.
I think it's what you really underestimate is the combo potential with your sphere. Not only the blast finishers, and that's the cool part, because you can spam them now, the spheres. You have them up permanently, and if you combo, for example, with the air sphere, you get so much vulnerability application as well. And also stun potential with the Audaces, at least. Okay. Welcome, welcome. Just doing some Hammer Catalyst 101s here. Having fun with this build. Was 1 second I thought I would die to the Condis. Yeah, I think that's sums it up, the whole meta. I think Condi is shit against power. I think the only Condi build that you consistently can play is the Hybrid Herald with Spear. I think all the other Condi builds are actually not working that well. Let's go. I stream on YouTube and Twitch. That was a good block. I think I would have gotten you otherwise. I think it's actually fun that we play quite offensive builds. Not dagger, and we still have such a long 1-on-1. Ah, my heal was up. The CC chain was actually quite clean. Well played. But I feel like, are you still playing Condi? I feel like the Condi pressure is really, is not really there. I often feel like I get more power damage than anything else. Especially because of the resistance as well. The emob doesn't really, I don't really care about the emob as well. I think the boons really kill you there. I think a Condi build against this with not that much application is actually not that strong. Never mind, I think it's actually when I overcommit too hard, I think the Condi pressure can kill me, definitely. But I think if I go dagger, I think then you will lose because I have too much Condi cleansive passively. But I will probably also not kill you, so it's probably will probably be quite boring then. I think I don't like one-on-ones that are going forever. I think that's really boring. Don't know, Heretic. I mean, if I go for the meta pick here, it would be probably Mistide. I mean, I could go Mistide as well on the other build. No, I think I will try. I think I want to learn the hammer build more. Just because the dagger build, it's boring. Yes, of course, best of the best. But I think it was quite some time ago now. Ah, you're playing this. Okay. Very good, very good. It's an interesting build for sure. Yeah, I think that's the cool part about Elementalist. I think Earth and Fire are really good trade lines now. They give you defensive tools, and Fire even gives you offensive tools as well. I think it's really well balanced. I think the only thing that is really bad in Elementalist, I think air trade line is in PvP is really bad. I think it's fresh air, yes, but that's it. I think all the rest of it is just you get offensive without any defensive tools. I guess you know have the tech to beat me consistently. No, I think Bree is playing some Condi build. So Hammer as well, almost the same traits, I guess, but different amulet. Because this build is really good against power builds, but if you face a lot of Condi pressure, you actually have a struggle against it. So I wanted to learn it, and Bree wanted to test some Condi. Okay. You hit one Condi burst, 5 Condis, and I die to it because I can't cleanse them. Ah, that feels so bad. I think that's the thing what I really like on classes like Willbender, or just classes that have, or even the Condi Reaper, where you have the Suffer shout. You know, you press one button and you lose all your Condis. You know, this build, if you have 5 Condis, you're almost dead. The only skill that can do it. If the healing skill is you know, ticking too early, too late, I will die to it. So that's really interesting. I have to concentrate so much on when to use it, when to wait. Water 5, yes, sure, but Water 5 is in a 101. I get 3-4 cleanses maybe, and if I can't connect it, it's a wasted skill. Yeah, it's 2. 3 if you hit, yeah. Okay, let's try again. I want to win again. So close. Nice one-on-ones. Thanks for letting me train. No, I think Antitoxin is, they nerfed it way too hard. I think Antitoxin rune is on a 10-second internal cooldown, so it would not really make a big difference. I think the only thing that might work, but of course you should not, you know, in a 101 where I adjust my relic, it's not a fair fight, because in a normal fight I would not choose it. But Mist Heights is probably the only one that would make a difference, because I have enough blast finishers to make it work. And Cleanser Condi whenever I have a blast or whatever. So into this 101, definitely I would say Mist Height, but I would say in the most other situations it's not needed in the current meta, in the current ranked play. So this guy wants to have a 101 as well, so I will try to fight him once. Okay. Okay, I hope you're ready. Looks like. It's with this one. Okay. But the range and the super speed kite is crazy. I ate too much damage at the beginning, but I actually, the thing is, this build, if I have to fight on node, it's fine. But as soon as you kite, I think I have a big problem. But I played that definitely not well. I should be really defensive at the beginning. Nice, GG. I think Dagger and Hammer both are fine. I think Dagger is probably the safer option in most such scenarios. That dodge was crucial there. Nice. So I would say Dagger is, in most circumstances, I would agree. Dagger might be stronger, yes. But I think Hammer is, especially for ranked, I think the potential that you have, the outnumbered potential, is really good. Thanks, Ons, for the follow. Thanks a lot. Really appreciate it. Okay. Super speed is so annoying. It's insane. Super speed uptime is actually insane. I think I can't win this. I'm playing on a U. Yeah, I know. I should have. I played way too aggressive. I spam my buttons. I really, really should think about it more. Definitely, definitely. But I have to be honest, I never faced that many, how's it called? The shortbow. I think shortbow is really weird. Because I think it's actually, for me, as a player that doesn't face it regularly, it's quite hard to dodge the stun break, you know? The stun one. Because all of them somewhat look the same, the protector. And he played it quite well, I have to be honest. I think if you kite as a ranged class against this build, you might win all the time, you know. Yes, definitely. Yeah. You're correct there.
The match starts soon.
Yes, definitely. I like I said, I have to learn a lot. This build is not my go-to build when it comes to what I'm currently the best at. Yeah, I think Not a Million is really a fan of Arcane Wave, where you jump. But I think it's a bait. I think it's not worth to run, you know. You lose a stun break, you get a daze and a blast finisher, yes, but it's not worth it on Hammer Cutter, and I think even on Dagger or other cutters, I think it's not crazy good. I think it's good, it's worth to run, but I think there are better options in my opinion. So I think we can try some more. So if you are ready. Okay, let's go. Oh, the miss! Oh, that was really, really unlucky. I would have ruptured your healing skill. I think I have you now. I think if I can get you into the defensive, I actually might win. But the thing is, as soon as I have to play defensive, I can't really dash out damage, and I think I will lose. I have to be really, really patient and wait out your cooldowns, and then if I can sustain that long, then I might win. But the first burst, if I can't survive it, or if I get really pressured by it, I will probably lose the one. So here I used my stun break just for the barrier because I feared that he would re-engage. But I think that might be my downfall. Never mind. Yeah, I think he won all the fights previously because of the super speed. I think the super speed is hard carrying Holosmith. I think Holosmith is not in a good spot, but in this matchup, the super speed is hard carrying. I wasted so much. This was really bad 101. I played it really bad, but I actually won, I don't know, just because of the passive damage. Yeah, if I can't kill him when I might have my burst window, it's really tough. Yeah, I think that's the most underrated thing that you have is the passive might application in combination with the sunspot or the explosion trait. That's true. I always forget that this is a blast finisher. I always forget, for me it's not, it doesn't feel like a blast. So that's why I never use it. You're completely right. I think I would win this fight more easily then. Okay, now he used all his blocks, I think. Oops. Did not want to go here, sorry.
Cannon operational. Ready for targeting coordinates.
The super speed, I can't connect my ground target to the skills at all. Yeah, if I get the shocking aura, I actually win hard. I just try to focus now on the shocking aura. Because I really feel like, all my skills I can't hit because he's just running around so much with super speed. But yeah, the shocking aura is definitely the way to go. I really hate flashbang. I think flashbang is such an annoying trait. Look at this. I can't get anything. The interrupt was crucial there. Oh, the one interrupt on the heal with the flashbang. Ah, that feels so bad. I think flashbang is one of the worst traits they ever put into the game, just because the counterplay is so low, It feels so bad. But it's the only thing that makes Holo viable,
Installed. Charging the laser.
I should not read chat while I 101. Definitely not. Okay, now I play really defensive, okay? I had enough of aggressive gameplay, now I play defensive. Yeah, I think I see a Holosmith and I go aggressive, because that's in my blood, because Holosmith for me is always, either you focus it and it dies really fast or you die to it.
Ready for targeting coordinates.
Oops. I think this build is also... I would really like to see... Bree, do you want to play against him? I want to see your perspective against this build. Because I really feel like this build should lose to it, But I think the flashbang is just hard carrying. I really struggle hard. So let's see. So the trait that Bree is talking about is this one. So if I get the Shocking Aura proc from the Blast Finisher in the sphere, I should probably get enough sustain or just defense to win this. But as soon as Flashbang consistently procs on me, I really struggle with it. Yeah, now you have him. The condis. I know the feeling. Whenever Bree applies 5 condis, I feel like, oh no, it's over. Because Holosmith is the same, so you don't have a panic button where you can get all of your condi removes. Yeah, you survived the first burst. I think that's the thing that matters. If you can survive the first burst without having to use all your defensive tools, it's actually totally fine.
Cores installed. Charging the laser.
I have to wait until Bree confirms that I can show it. I don't want to share builds that are not mine. So give Bree a second until... Okay. I mean, you can see that the Holosmith buffs is actually crazy. It's killing hard. I think now Bree is in a defensive position, which is always bad. Both are quite low. I think it's actually anyone's game at this point, but I think Bree might struggle now. The Holo doesn't have any Condi Cleanse either, so I think... Oh, that's such a close one. It could have gone either way. Crazy. Yeah, I think the elite cooldown is actually insane. So 90 seconds, every second match or so you don't have it, and it's actually killing you, definitely. So Bree, someone in chat asked if you want, if I can show your build. Do you want to share it, or should I rather not share it? So it's almost the same traits. So he just goes for Burning Rage just because it's obviously in a Condi build extremely strong. But I feel like in a real match you probably want to go for Condi Cleanse Eater as well. And then the setup here is really nice as well. So Carrion just for power damage because Hammer has a lot of power damage. Mirage Rune and Relic of Defender for the block. You have a lot of blocks in this kit. Some nice healing. I would say the Relic slot is actually not that crucial to have Defender. I think there are multiple options you could go for. And the most important part here is that you have a Doom Sigil. Just to get more condition variety here. It feels like the Holosmith is our downfall. You know, just made a tier list about PvP and said Engineer is by far the worst class in PvP, and then I lose to it on the meta build. So, can Tempest use the rest utility while in mist form is a question, chat. So the answer to that is you can cast stuff while you are in a mist form, but the thing is the cast time is too long to make it work. So you will not get it through. And you also cannot be rest while you are in a mist form. So if you want to be rest while you are in mist form, it doesn't work either. I hope that answers your question. So the answer is no. Okay, plays it really defensive now. Problem is, the Holosmith can free cast if you play defensive, and you still get damaged. And you see 20 vuln, 12, 11. The flashbang and the projectiles are playing so much vulnerability passively. It's really annoying. No, you can't do that. So you have to full cast the Rest Cliff. And that's only possible if you don't go into Mistform. The Mistform interrupts all your skills. Yes, he's playing really, really passively. He's just annoying you with the shortbow skills and the flashbang. I think this build, as soon as you play Hammer, I think you will lose. I think it's not working. I think Power might work if you can burst in, but you have the same problem that you die to the flashbang at the range. I think Dagger might be the better option just because you have more mobility and you can stick to them. Yes, Holo was using Core Anshi with Spear, and he was really good at it in the sense that you could easily die to it. But in my opinion, this build is not, it was not the reason why he got rank 1. It's not like the secret sauce, everyone should play it and stuff. I think he just enjoys it. If he would play Willbender, I think he would have more success. He just did it because he was queuing at the right times, he was playing well, he was carrying the matches. I think you can easily do it. It's not like Core Anshi with Spear is the go-to for everyone that wants to get a high rating. It's more like he played very well and he just likes the build. I don't want to sound mean, but I'm quite happy that Pri also struggles against this. Just to see that I'm not totally noob, but that's just the Holosmith is actually quite decent against the Catalyst. Yeah, it's tough. Yeah, I know the feeling. I actually did not look too close. I don't know what killed you. I think one criticism that I always have when it comes to balancing and stuff is I think that now all of Elementalists can use Hammer, for example, is one of the worst decisions they ever made. I think this is really, really bad. I think that makes builds so much less interesting. And because previously, for example, Renegade, you picked Renegade because you wanted access to shortbow, and now everyone can play shortbow, and Renegade is just really bad. Nice, he got him. Yeah, he landed the combo and then instantly killed. Yeah, exactly. So Hammer, Viva, Hammer, whatever. I think it's not really. I don't really enjoy it to know that you have so much access on every single class. I think it was quite nice to have a little bit of balancing regarding the elite specs. Pre-played this really well, this one. The combo was crazy good and he did not eat a lot of damage before that. So he's playing the power build now and instantly gets 50% taken away just by one dodge. The Holosmith had a lot of still damage left and is kiting now. With the super speed, it's really annoying. Now he got the stun, but I think that was probably the last stun break. Let's see. I could swap to it, but I want to see Pri's POV. Damage is the passive range damage is so high. Last second barrier application from the Arm of Earth. It's a block, but I think he will die after that to the range pressure. Oh, gets a nice connect here on the 4 on water, and I think now he has him. No, never mind. Really close. And he got him. I think if the water 4 didn't connect here for 5 or 6k water heal, he would be done so. I did actually not expect to get it through, but yeah, nice, very good. Good job. You can see how volatile this matchup is, Yeah, it's so annoying. You can't kite this build, it feels like. You get hit by all the skills through walls, and it's really annoying. It's not fun to play against. But I think at the same time, I think this build might not be really crazy good in ranked either. Because if you get focused, if you get in a team fight, you die so fast. I think the Holosmith is actually underrated, but it's still not really good. I think it's one of the worst builds. Exactly. If as soon as you have a game and you are forcing the enemy to fight on node, otherwise you will cap it, it gets way harder. You know, especially as a catalyst where you have so much area pressure around you that the damage they take is way higher than when they can kite around. So let's see, maybe we can get another one. Yes, I think that's a classical thing against engineers in general. If they lose their stun break, you just have to combo them because they have no potential to deny your damage. But I think the problem against this guy is to survive as long. I really struggle to survive as long because the range damage and just the vulnerability, blind, and CC is too much to handle for me. But let's see. So Bree gets another big chunk of damage. Gets combo. Has to heal, gets another shot of the short bow. Now he is in Holoforged. And I think he could pressure him, gets the elite. Oh, that was bad to get hit by this. The other guy did not engage here. Could have killed Bree, I think, in the short seconds here. Blinds are really annoying. So if you get blinded when you use a waterfall, it's instant loss. Instant loss. Just because you don't get any healing from it then. Or not that much at all. Yeah, it's insane how much damage you get just passively by the flashbang and stuff. It's really annoying. It's actually a Holosmith promote stream right now. Should have put that in my title, you know. Interesting elite here. He really wants to pressure you. Bree is now really playing defensive and kiting as much as he can. Now he is going offensive and instantly dies. It's actually insane how much you lose just by playing defensive and losing all your defensive tools. And as soon as you go in, you get flashbanged and you die. It feels really bad. I think this map is also not bad, not good for you because there is so much higher ground. You can shoot even... He doesn't even have to shoot through walls. They just shoot on you from higher ground and you can't do anything about it. Okay, holds the stun break. Smart. Dodges the dodge. Of course, that makes sense. Yeah, very good. And gets the burst. Amazing. Crazy. Without any CC. Clean. Very clean. I think that's the good thing about this current meta, because everyone is playing Berserker or some power variant, and you can easily win a one-on-one that you're not supposed to win, or at least that you normally don't win, because he gets destroyed if you connect one or two skills. Yes, he won. He showed who is the best of the best. No, I think it's heavily matchup dependent, and I think our Holosmith here plays it really well in the sense that he's kiting really well and just pressuring the melee build consistently. And doesn't really greed, except the last one-on-one, he is just playing it safe, you know, using the range advantage and kiting it. Gets a nice interrupt here, Bree. But they still have a stun break, so not that much difference. Gets another nice damage. No, not enough. Elite is coming out, nice dodge. Get some healing. Now they are actually in a good spot for Bree, but it can turn in one skill, you know, if Bree gets hit by one skill and gets a nice burst. And I think Bree is dead here. Yeah, that's insane. It's actually crazy. So never underestimate how much damage you get in this current meta. Yeah, I think Bree could have survived that if he pressed, for example, Armor of Earth to get some barrier. But you see how close that was, you know. Even though Bree gets a really nice connect with the damage skills, he still gets so much damage just by the passive dodges and yeah, passive damage the Holosmith can put out. Yeah, my Christmas was quite nice. Just relaxing, some nice food, nothing too crazy. And now I'm back, better than ever. You know, streaming some crazy 101s because I couldn't beat that Holosmith all the time. I think I won 2 matches in 10 or something, maybe even less. Bree struggles against it as well. So okay. Bree is pressured but has his healing skill up soon. Get some nice counter pressure. Maybe it's enough to kill. Oh, that was a really late healing skill, but it's enough. Maybe it's enough to kill. Yeah, looks good. No. Oh, the healing skill came through. Now Bree is in a pressure. Gets the stun. I think that's it for the Holosmith. Oh, never mind. Both disengage with 10% HP. I think both will get the healing skill now and re-engage, but I think the range advantage will work out in the Holosmith favor, and because Bree doesn't have anything left and will die. No? Another dodge. The heal did not connect. Bree got a nice stun combo, but will die. Yeah. Ah, crazy. Very good fights. So I think that's it for me. I have to do some, you know, Sylvester stuff, but I wanted to be back. I hope that was fine. Thanks a lot for showcasing some 101s. Thanks, Bree, for playing some 101s. Also to you, Holosmith. Thanks a lot. It was fun. Thanks, Joker. And hope to see you next time. We'll stream tomorrow as well. And yeah, have a nice, just last day of the year, if you're not already in the next year. Yes, I'm pretty sure. I'm not that much of, you know, not enjoying that much liquor, but we will see. I will stream tomorrow, same time roughly, and yeah, just see you around.
You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna ban the word birthday and happy.